Hi everyone, it's Erin from the Provincial Farmhouse. In today's video, I'm going to be using the LaserPecker 2 to create some Mother's Day gift ideas. For my first project, I'm going to be using a rolling pin, so I need to change the configuration of my LaserPecker 2. I need to make some room in the back, so I'm going to be unplugging the little exhaust fan. That's not necessary at this point. I'm then going to take the LaserPecker roller and I'm going to add that to my base. I'm then going to be using the little USB cable and I'm going to be plugging that into the main laser unit. Next, I'm going to open up the LaserPecker design space and I'm going to make sure that my machine is connected via Bluetooth. I'm then going to go into settings in the top right hand corner and I'm going to select the third axis toggle. I'm going to turn that on. It will then select that, and then I have the choice between the slab mode, the trolley mode and the cylinder mode. So we are going to pick cylinder. I'll then navigate back to the main page and hit create. As you can see, we now have a longer space to work with. I'm then going to be getting my rolling pin that I'm going to be using, and that is going to be positioned on the roller that we attached under the laser. Because this is a Mother's Day gift idea, I'm going to be typing in the words Mum's Kitchen. And obviously in Australia, we spell mum with an M-U-M. If you are in the States, obviously you would write M-O-M. Once I'm happy with that, I've hit the tick. I'm then going to resize it and drag it to where I want it to go. But I also want to change the font. So I'm going to scroll through the different available fonts. Once I've found the font that I want to use, I will select that font and then click out of it. And then I'm going to just make sure I'm happy with the size, and then I will hit preview. The preview option is going to show me exactly where my design is going to go on the rolling pin. Once I'm happy with the position, I hit next, then send file, which will send the file over to the laser, and then it will take me to the next screen. We're going to keep with the factory settings for wood, and then I'm going to hit start. As the laser is engraving the design, you can see the roller is very subtly moving. Now I have a fan on across from the laser pointing out a window for extra ventilation. I've only sped this up double time. It still was quite quick. I think it only took about 2 minutes and the result was really quite beautiful. Now, obviously you could personalize this in a completely different way. I've just done this as a Mother's Day gift idea example. Once the design was finished, I then took the rolling pin out, and as you can see, it looks wonderful. Now, something else I like to do with rolling pins is I like to add paint to the handles. So I'm just going over the handles with 2 coats of a linen tone chalk paint. This has a built-in top coat in it as well. And here's our finished engraved rolling pin. The roller attachment on the LaserPecker 2 makes it so easy to engrave on curved surfaces like this. Let me know what you think of this in the comments. For my next project, I'm going to be working on this wooden spoon. I'm first of all going to make sure I go to the settings and turn off the third axis. We've removed the roller. We don't need it for this craft. And as you can see, I have a smaller workspace. I'm then going to type in the O'Briens. That is my last name. It's my mum's last name. And I thought that would be really sweet to add to the handle. Once I'm happy with that, I'll hit the little tick option and then I will go into the font settings and pick a font that I like. Once I'm happy with the font selection, I need to work out where on my handle that text is going to go. So I'm going to position it underneath the LaserPecker, but first I'm going to put down a little bit of wood to protect my stand. I'm then going to go back into the Design Space app, select the text, and then I'm going to hit preview. This is going to show us exactly where the design is going to be sitting on the spoon. I'm then going to start lowering the LaserPecker 2 closer to the device. You want it to be about 110 millimeters away. I could see that the spoon was going to be tipping a little bit because the handle was elevated a little bit higher up on the wood and the laser base. So I did grab an extra piece of wood to prop that spoon up a little bit further so that it was even and level. Once I'd done that, I went into the app and started resizing the text because I could see on the spoon that it was still too big. I'm just adjusting where the spoon is sitting so that it will adjust where the text is going to go. And then once I was happy with that, I hit next. Then I hit send file. That's going to send it over to the laser. And then once I'm happy with that, I will hit start. Now, obviously, I'm also going to double check that wood is selected. I just go with the factory settings, and then obviously I'm going to put on my safety glasses, and then I will hit start. Again, this was a very quick process. I obviously added our last name on the handle, but you could definitely personalize this in a completely different way, or perhaps you could put a pattern there instead. The options really are endless here. Once it's finished, I've taken it out and it looks great. Now I want to add something to the spoon at the top. So I'm going to position the spoon on the laser. Again, I'm then going to go into the Design Space app. This is an image I created out of free clip art images, and I think it would look absolutely sweet on a farmhouse style decor item, so I thought it would go great on the spoon. I have hit the preview option so that I can work out the sizing and positioning. I'm lowering the laser down, and as you can see, there is a square box there showing me exactly where it's going to go. I'm then going to look at hitting the send file option, and then it will send that design over to the laser. And then when I am happy with the settings, making sure that wood is selected, we're just going to go with the suggested settings there, and then I will hit start. I went with the chicken, more farmhouse design because my mum does love chickens. But if you were going to create this, there are lots of images in the Design Space app that you can pick from, lots of florals. There are so many options for you to pick from if this wasn't quite up your alley. If this video inspires you to get your own LaserPecker too, perhaps for your small business, I would really appreciate it if you would use my link in the description. And also my viewers are going to get 10% off. Just use the code ERIN10 to get that discount. And here's our finished personalized wooden spoon. This was such a fun and easy project to do. The app makes it so simple to be able to customize your laser projects. Let me know what you think of this in the comments. For my next project, I need to change the configuration again. So I'm actually going to take off the laser attachment from the top bracket there and remove all the cords. I'm then going to take the roller attachment, flip it upside down, and then I'm going to take out the secondary sliders that are in the bottom compartment. I'm then going to take this bracket and I'm going to be attaching it to the roller. There is a screw that you screw into the base unit, making sure that's nice and tight, and then I will take the main laser unit, sit that on top, and then screw that in from underneath. I'll then take those secondary sliders and attach them on the sides. You can see there's a little spot for each of those there. I'm going to be using the laser in trolley mode, so I'm going to take the power bank that was supplied to me by LaserPecker. I'm going to take it out of the box, and then I'm going to be connecting it to our main laser unit with the cable that came with it. I'm going to position the little power bank on the little unit there next to it and then plug it in. Once I have done that, I just need to hit the power button, and then that is going to be able to power the main laser unit. I'm then going to take another USB cable, connect that to the laser unit, and then connect that to our little roller. Once that's all set up, I'm going to open up the LaserPecker Design Space. I'm going to make sure that the unit is connected via Bluetooth. I am then going to click on settings and I'm going to toggle on the third axis. So it's going to connect to that. And then I need to select trolley mode. Once I have my settings all organized, I'm then going to go into the create option. And as you can see, we have a longer space to work with. I'm then going to add in this free little printable art that I found online. It just says happiness is homemade, and I'm just going to have a bit of a play with the sizing. I'm going to be working on this wooden riser. Now, whatever you work on with the trolley mode, it must be flat and heavy. So I know I'm going to have my writing set off to the side because obviously we've got the handle of the board that may affect how the trolley runs. So I've got to keep that in mind while I'm working out the sizing and the positioning. I'm then going to hit preview. And then once I've got that set up, I am going to organize my board, and then I'm going to just grab a bit of wood there, packet of wood again to stabilize the end, and then I'm going to pick up the LaserPecker and sit that on top of the board. I'm then going to go into the preview mode and I'm going to actually select scrolling, and that's going to show me exactly the path that my LaserPecker is going to take in that trolley mode, so I can make sure that I have it positioned correctly. Once I'm happy with that, I will hit pause to stop it showing me, and then when it's all in position the way I want, I need to actually reverse this text. Otherwise, it would put it in incorrectly because again, we have that trolley mode on, which means that the image would be reversed, if that makes sense. It's almost like it's upside down. So we need to keep that in mind. I'm then going to hit next. It's going to send the file over to the laser. And then once I've done that, it is going to give me the option to start my project. I'm going to put my goggles on. And again, I'm going to go with the preset settings and then hit next. The roller and trolley option really open up a whole new avenue for your creations because you are working with a much longer space. It can travel along that chopping board, as you can see, and I'm going to be able to get a much longer design than if I just used it in the normal mode. So I did speed it up because it did take a little bit longer, but as you can see, it is doing an awesome job rolling along and engraving my design. Once it's finished, I'll carefully pick up my LaserPecker 2 and inspect the finished product. I really love how my customized riser turned out. You could definitely put someone's name, you could put a more complicated image on there, but I love the beautiful simplicity of this. Let me know what you think of this in the comments. As you can see from today's projects, the options are endless really with the LaserPecker 2, especially if you have that amazing roller. Now, I was able to create these 3 Mother's Day gifts in just one afternoon. Imagine what you could create. Let me know if you had a favorite project from today. Thanks again to LaserPecker for sending me the LaserPecker 2, and make sure you stay tuned for more videos on how you can use this amazing machine. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you hit that like button, comment, and share it out. And as always, thank you so much for watching, guys.